YouTube, it's Mortimer, and I asked you guys on Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr to send me all of your questions because I was going to be making a Q&A video, and this is that Q&A video. So I've gone through and I've compiled all of the most common questions because I've got over like 1,000 questions, so I don't have time to answer everybody's, so I thought I'd go through it and answer the ones that I got asked the most. And I'm kind of avoiding questions about errands in my relationship because I'm hoping I can make a relationship vlog video soon and talk about like all of that so you guys will have all your questions answered. But I'm gonna go ahead and start. So my first question is from Always Sunny on Hoth, and they want to know what is your ethnic background. And I am French, Canadian, Scottish, Irish, Native American, basically everything under the sun except for African and for Asian. Yeah, so I'm pretty much like a mix of everything. And I get asked that question a lot. I get a lot told that I look like Bjork, and that's because I'm part Icelandic. So I'm sure that's where that comes from. Next we have a question from Dutch Kirby, and they want to know what is your favorite video game. So my favorite video game right now, like currently, I think would have to be Journey or BioShock Infinite. I really love all of the BioShock games. Olivia Louise asks, what is your favorite TV show? And I would have to say my favorite TV show is Game of Thrones. I am so addicted. I absolutely love it. I love the Hound, he's my favorite character. And I highly recommend it if you haven't seen it or if you want to read the books, they're really good. Happy Horrors asks, what was the thing you hated the most about high school? And I think the thing that I hated the most about high school was the drama and the cliques. I was always like hating and not wanting to be a part of the like cliques and like the kids who would have their own little drama fests. Like I just never liked that. I never wanted to be a part of that. And that probably is why I ate my lunch every day in the art classroom, and I really didn't hang out with many kids. I was the president of my school's Japanese culture and animation club, so I was like a total nerd, and I encouraged other kids to wear cosplay to school. I wear cosplay to school. I was a total nerd, even in high school. Nix Levitz asks, how did you get into taxidermy? Anything you'd recommend to aspiring taxidermists? So I got into taxidermy because I've always wanted taxidermy items, but they've been way too expensive. And I started off collecting bugs because they weren't as expensive and they're really beautiful, and I personally have a cool connection to bugs. So I started collecting bugs, realized I was paying a lot of money for bugs, and I was like, I bet I could make them myself and save a little bit of money. So I started pinning my own bugs, loved it, and I was like, well, if I can do this, surely I can taxidermy something larger. So I went to taxidermy school and I learned how to taxidermy shoulder mounts of animals, full-size mounts of animals, things like that. And I absolutely adored it, and I took to it like a fish to water. So that's how I got into taxidermy. If you're a beginner who wants to learn about taxidermy, I would recommend starting off small and working your way big. Don't jump into something really ambitious. Like don't go out and get a pelt of some like really exotic animal to start off with, because then you're gonna not do that animal justice and you'll regret it later because it's a lot of money. So start out with something small and get your practice in, and definitely see if you can find somebody to like teach you, take you under their wing and show you the ropes, because school is really expensive for taxidermy. Gracie Bean XP asks, what's your favorite YouTube video ever? I think my favorite YouTube video ever is an oldie. It's called Otto's Pineapple, and it's by Scott Games, and I think if you just search Otto's Pineapple, you'll find it, and it's like, God, it's like a 6-year-old video, and I absolutely adore it. Whenever I put it on, it makes me smile. It's just so cute, and now I want a cat named Otto so bad. Which is basically awesome, but with spaces in between, asks, are you thinking of making taxidermy your full-time job? Okay, so currently my job is YouTube, running my YouTube channel, and managing Game Grumps. But if for some reason YouTube were to go under like tomorrow, I would be out of all of my jobs. So I kind of have taxidermy as like a backup job because I could definitely open my own taxidermy business at this rate. I'm doing pretty well selling my bugs on my Etsy and doing commissions and things for people. So I feel like I could start a taxidermy business tomorrow if I needed to, but for right now it's just a hobby of mine that I really enjoy. Graveyard Fox asks, what are your favorite horror movies? My favorite horror movies are The Shining, which is like huge to me, and The House on Haunted Hill. I love those movies, they're so good. When Diego asks, what was school like for you? Did you go to college? I kind of already explained this a little bit, but school for me was kind of isolating. I was a nerd, I was a teacher's pet, I always did my homework, I excelled in my classes except for math. I did really good at geometry but not algebra. And I had a small circle of friends that I still am in contact with today. As for college, after high school, well, during high school, I got a lot of scholarships for art, and I wanted to go to college for art. So I took all my scholarships and I went to college for a semester, and I used up all of my scholarships, and I just realized that college wasn't for me. I don't know, I just don't really agree with the school system right now. If colleges were cheaper, I would definitely go back in a heartbeat. I would love to learn more, but the way that the financing is for schools and how expensive it is just doesn't make any sense to me, and I really feel bad supporting that. Like, if we had a better school system in America, that would be amazing. BHB Gamer Girl asks, what is your favorite thing to do in your free time? So I really love working on taxidermy in my free time, but when I'm not working on taxidermy stuff, I love to binge watch things on Netflix. Watching Netflix is like one of my favorite ways to veg out. I like to just like put on a show and just like watch it from beginning to end and just veg out on the couch. It's just how I relax. Cheese Hime asks, do people recognize you on the street at all, and how do you feel about it? I do get recognized quite a bit. Every time I go out, I get recognized at least once. But I also live in a really populated area, and people usually only recognize me from Game Grumps, but every once in a while, Aaron and I will be out and about, and someone will recognize me, and then they won't even know who Aaron is, and that always makes me feel really good. I mean, not to Aaron, but like because like people know me from my own stuff and not from Game Grumps. And that's really cool because I'm used to people only knowing me through my husband. So it's cool that I can have fans that only know me for a change. I don't know, does that sound weird? But yeah, I do get recognized a lot. I love it. If you see me out and about, say hi. Shanakin Skywalker asks, when did you start getting into makeup or beauty? I never wore makeup until my freshman year of high school. I remember being a freshman and walking to a school assembly like the first week of school and seeing a girl who had black eyeliner on, and I was like, I want to do that. I want to wear black eyeliner. And at the time I was really into Egyptian culture, so I wanted to kind of replicate an Egyptian cat eye very similar to Cleopatra. And I started doing that, and it's been kind of my signature ever since. So that's why I have so much practice doing my cat eye, because I've been doing it since I was like in the 6th grade or something. Larkington asks, what can, without a doubt, make you laugh? So whenever I'm mad, or Aaron's mad, or Barry's mad, and like we get frustrated by something we see, or like something just like makes us like really angry, the way to calm us down is to make us like, okay, so say you're mad at something happened, you gotta look somebody you care about in the eye and say bop 7 times. Like B-O-P, bop. So you look at someone and say bop, 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 bop. And I guarantee you won't be mad anymore. You'll feel silly, you'll smile, or you'll laugh, or you won't even be able to finish it because you'll be laughing too hard. So that's kind of like our thing now. Whenever we're like, oh, Barry, you're upset, you guys say bop 7 times. And it really calms us all down and makes us laugh. Tapa4ick asks, how do you stay so optimistic despite of what all you're going through? So if you guys don't know, I'm going through a lot of problems with my thyroid right now, and just a couple other health issues that I have going on. And the way I stay so optimistic is you only live once, so you have a choice. You can either live and be happy with what you have, or you can be sad and depressed about it. And honestly, like, yes, I suffer from depression, but I've gotten help for it. You can only go around once, so you might as well get help for the issues that you can, and then just be happy with the cards that you've been dealt. Because, while, you might not have a perfect hand, it's the hand that you have. And how would you like to look back on your life? Would you like to look back and see yourself sad and that you wasted your life? Or do you want to look back and see that you've done everything you could and you smile despite what all you're going through? And I feel like that really will help your colors show through and bring out your true character. Dennis Rubio asks, do you put on makeup every day, even for just being around the house? Ha ha ha. No, I pretty much only wear makeup for filming and for like parties. I do not wear makeup every day. I literally only wear makeup maybe like one day out of the week. So if you ever see me out and about, chances are you're gonna see me without any makeup on. So don't be surprised if you see me with no makeup on. Malicious Angel X asks, do you plan on getting more tattoos? And yes, in January and February, I'm getting the rest of my arm filled in. So I'm really excited about that. And then I do really want to get a scarab beetle with its wings spread. But we'll see how that goes. I just kind of want to focus on getting this arm done first. NJN asks, if work called for you to move across country, would you do it? I would do it in a heartbeat. Oh my God, you guys, like, I've been living in LA for about 5 years now and I hate it. The weather here is too perfect all the time. I miss my rain and it's way too expensive to live here. Like, the house that we rent is an over $1 million house and it's so tiny. Like, you can buy like a mansion for $60,000 in the middle of the United States. Like, what the heck? So my goal right now is to buy a house, and it's just never gonna happen here in LA because it's just way too expensive. And for the money that we would spend on a house, it would just be a tiny little shack because it's just, you're literally paying for the location, not for the house here. So I would love to move somewhere else, but all of my friends are here, my businesses are here, so it's just not an option right now. Autumn Ends asks, what profession did you aspire to when you were younger? Did you ever see yourself doing what you do now? I actually always wanted to be a painter. That's where I went to college for art. I actually did college programs in high school for art. I was really into painting, and I always kind of saw myself as going into being a painter. I never thought that I would be making YouTube videos. So I think if my younger self could see myself now, I would be amazed. And I wouldn't be upset that I wasn't painting because I still have my artistic outlets, like with taxidermy and things. But I mean, like, during my lunch period in middle school, I would always host the Susie Talk show. And I would have little cue cards and I would interview the people at my lunch table. And I always wanted to have kind of my own show. Not in like a self-centered way, but just like as a fun, entertaining way. And I feel like this is a manifestation of that. So I think I would be really proud of myself if I could time travel and see myself now. And I'm really proud of what I am and how hard I work and what I've accomplished. Not So Grump Girl asks, what is your dream? So I always set high goals for myself and I've been lucky that I've accomplished a lot of them. But I do have 2 dreams right now and they're a little bit far-fetched and weird. Well, one not so weird. The not so weird one is I want to make my own clothing line. Not like printed t-shirts, but like, you know, like types of jeans and like cool designed shirts. Like, I really want to do that. I just don't know, like, I have designs, I just don't know where to start manufacturing. So if anybody knows anything, let me know. And my other dream I have is the weird one. I want to direct a music video. I don't know why, but ever since I was a kid, I've always had like visions, like when I listen to music, of like how I would direct a video based on the music. And I really want to do that now. Like, as I get older each year, the more I want to do it. So I don't know, maybe someday. I Only Look Like a Hipster asks, who is your favorite artist, past and present? So my favorite past artist is Gustav Klimt. He did a lot of amazing paintings. I really, really adore his work. And my favorite current artist is Candace K. You can find her on Tumblr. I also really love Linsbot on Tumblr. She's amazing. But yeah, they're my favorite present artists. Solid Debo asks, what is a weird dream you can recall? So I actually had a reoccurring dream for a while, and I haven't had it lately. I still don't know what it means, so if anybody can analyze dreams, you should let me know. But it was always in different places, but I was always being chased by somebody, and they would eventually catch me after like a really long chase, and they would like grab me, and then I would stab them to death with a fork, a spoon, or a knife, depending on the dream. So I don't know what that means, but that happened pretty often. It was literally me running for my life, finally getting caught by this person, killing them, and then escaping. And I had that dream for like 3 years. and this is like the first year that I haven't had that dream, but that's like one of the weirdest dreams that I've had. And the last question I have for you guys is from Sharky Bandit, and he asks, do you know any good online clothing stores for people with little money? I really recommend checking out the Forever 21 website because they have a lot of really good deals all the time, or checking out Store Envy's, eBay and Etsy for clothes, because there's a lot of sellers on those places that will sell really nice, well-made, branded clothes for really cheap because they're doing closet cleanouts or whatever. Or you could join like a live journal group where people are cleaning out their closets, and you'll find a lot of really good deals. Also, if you can, I recommend going to your local Goodwill store or any thrift stores in your area, because you can find a lot of really cool clothes for like $3 or $4. Like, you can't go wrong. I have thrifted at a lot of Goodwill stores and found a lot of really cool stuff. So don't knock it till you try it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A video. I tried to get to a lot of questions without making this video too long. So if you guys have any more questions you'd like to see me do, and you want to see me do another Q&A video, be sure to leave a comment down below and let me know. And please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I have so many more awesome videos coming your guys' way that you don't want to miss. And I'll see you guys all next time. Bye everybody!